The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages that we cover. This week we'll be starting off with Mike Falk. Mike, what's going on in Lima?
Hello, Chris. Thanks for having us all again. At the town board meeting this past week, the town board approved a water workshop to discuss the map plan and report for the reduced iteration of Water District 5. That map plan and report was presented at the last town board meeting. It was the first time the board members had a chance to see it. So there will be a workshop scheduled for January 6th here at the town hall at 6:30 p.m. No real decisions or choices or whatever are going to be made. There's no voting, but it's so that the board members can understand what the map plan report is and boundaries and all of the implications thereof. The public is welcome to attend. Then the next town board meeting is the next day on the 7th at 6:30 here at the town hall, where I'm sure that the map plan report will again be discussed. Town offices will be closed December 25th and 26th, and then in January on January 1st and January 20th for the Martin Luther King holiday. It is cold out, and nothing warms the cockles of your heart like a bowl of soup from Lima's historic American hotel. With over 100 soups on the menu and 7 served each day, you are sure to find something fantastic. Of course, soup always pairs well with a draft Guinness and a bacon cheeseburger. You can add the pretzel roll for a little bit of pizzazz. And if you want all the vegetables on that burger, just tell them to drag it through the garden. The cookbooks detailing these super secrets are available for purchase and make great gifts. If you've got questions, give the American Hotel a call, 585-624-9464. Congratulations to the Livingston County Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation for earning a 4-star CMS rating. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, have awarded Livingston County's Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation with their 4 stars in their 2024 quality report. This is a significant achievement for our state-of-the-art nursing facility. The second highest rated award places us above average when overall compared to other nursing homes throughout the state and across the country. Deputy Director of Long-Term Care Eric Townsend cites the dedication to patient-centered care and the outstanding staff. So with that, it is the Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation. Many times, if you are faced with surgery, you have to go and pick some place to go and do your rehabilitation. And why not pick someplace really nice? Many times your doctor will not offer you a choice of Livingston County's Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation, but you can choose to go there. Just let them know. If you have questions about the CNR or about going there for your rehab, or if you need to place somebody in there for nursing care, give them a call at 585-243-7200. The Regiment Project, which I have talked about on and off for quite a while now, is the project itself to get all the fundraising done is drawing to a close. Very, very close. However, in order to take advantage of a significant discount, the equipment is all ordered, and the actual installation and boot up date has been set for December 21st at 4 p.m. at Lima's Legion Post, 282, which is just north of the Four Corners in West Bloomfield. This is a first of its kind system in New York State. This will be a part of a nationwide network, and it's connecting veterans to veterans, bridging that transition gap from military to civilian, decreasing the risk of veteran suicide. If you can help, there's less than $2,000 left to raise. If you'd like to come by and be part of the kickoff and the presser and all that stuff that's going on there on the 21st at 4 p.m., please stop by. It'll be open to the public. And if you want to join that regiment node and actually be part of the regiment piece, as a veteran, just bring your DD-214 with you, and we will get you signed up right that day. Any questions, you can call me here at the town hall at 582-1130, or you can call my cell phone, 585-509-1433. And that's all I got, Chris.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Okay, over to Rick. Rick, what's going on in Honeoye Falls?
Well, this past week we've had some snow and cold. We're into the snow plow season now. And at the same time, we're still trying to clean up leaves. So we've been getting a lot of calls on this, and I just want to I have to go over this again, but I want to make sure people know we are still trying to pick up leaves. But once the snow has fallen and once it gets really cold and things start freezing, that vacuum won't pick stuff up. So we're going to try to continue to do this. We know that early next week, I think we're supposed to have a little bit of a warming trend. So hopefully that will allow us to get some more of the leaves picked up. But again, I would stress this coming weekend, as we're talking right now, right, the 5th, 6th, 7th time frame, or the 6th, 7th, 8th time frame, I'm sorry, get your leaves out to the road. If we can pick them up, we're going to pick them up. But really, after this coming week, with the way the weather's been, we're not going to be able to pick up leaves any further. So try to get them out there. As we talk about snow, this as we get into the first plow of the season, we do have some calls from residents again, complaining about their driveways getting plowed in after they've shoveled. We understand that's a challenge. It is for me personally as well. But we cannot clean out the ends of people's driveways. And when you're plowing the road, that's where the snow and slush go. So we apologize, but that's just the way the process is. We are changing up our plowing process slightly this year. Traditionally, the village is, every time it snows and we have a half to an inch of snow on the ground, we send the crews out, we plow the roads, we plow the sidewalks. It takes a lot of time. It's a high cost, and we have a very small staff. So we're really going to hold to working to plow a little bit less often. If there's 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground, we're going to be out plowing. We're still going to try to maintain the downtown corridor very first thing and early in the morning. We're going to try to plow the main sidewalks for kids walking to school, but there may be some delays. If you live on the outskirts of the downtown area, your sidewalks might not get plowed until later on in the day. Some of the side streets may get, plowed a little bit later than normal, but, we're trying to do what we can to save on fuel, to save on the amount of salt that's going down into the ground and then into the creek. We're trying to be a little bit greener, if you will, if we can. But we also know we want to keep these sidewalks clear. We want to keep the roads clear. So we're going to keep at it as best we can, but just understand there may be some delays in the plowing process this year. The other thing is we are still getting some parking on Main Street and outside of the village parking lot areas, if you will. Please know that as we're trying to plow West Main Street, North Main Street, East Street, we really need the cars off the roads. So do what you can to park in your driveways, do what you can to park in a village parking lot. If you normally park on the main roads, try to park in designated overnight parking areas. And there is some of that in both the Episcopal Avenue parking lot as well as the the Monroe Street parking lot. So try to observe that signage and try to keep your cars off the main roads. And also, again, it should go without saying, but really paying attention to your driving habits. We've had some near misses already as the snow plowing is just starting, but people pulling out in front of the plow trucks, people really not paying attention to people crossing the streets. Some of the signage for the road crossings that are normally in the center of the roads, we have to take those down during the winter months when the snow plows are coming through. So pay attention to people walking across the streets. We've had some real close near misses, and luckily they've been near misses and not fatalities or people struck. But we just have to pay attention and try to help our neighbors out. Coming up next week, the December 14th weekend, we have the Honeoye Falls Fire Department Parade. That starts at right around 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, the 14th. It's a great parade. There will probably be 3,000 people in the village of Honeoye Falls on Main Street watching the parade. Again, be careful with that. We're going to try to limit parking on West Main Street and on North Main Street to allow for more people to watch the parade coming through. But we don't want people parking on West Main Street and on North Main if you can help it. Along that same line, on December 14th is also the Honeoye Falls Community Concert Band winter concert. That is on the 14th at the Honeoye Falls-Lima Central School District main auditorium. That's the one out on Quaker Meeting House Road. That concert starts at 7:30. And I'm sure Supervisor Moffett will talk about it as well, but I believe the concert in the hamlet of Mendon is on Sunday, the 15th. I believe that starts at 2:30, but I'm going to let Supervisor Moffett reconfirm that for me. Hey, and I wanted to also mention, Marge Burns has been the assembly member that has served the areas of Livingston County, Steuben County, and used to serve a lot of Monroe County, including Mendon and Honeoye Falls. She is the assembly person for the town and village of Lima, and still the town of Rush in Monroe County. But that was her only Monroe County community that she was serving this past year. But Marge had decided to not run for re-election in this last election cycle. She had made a promise to herself and to her partner, John Power, that she was only going to serve so many years. And I give her a lot of credit. She's keeping that promise to herself and to her partner, John. And so she is now going to be retiring from the legislature at the end of this year. And this past Wednesday evening, there was a nice gathering for Marge, kind of a farewell held at her office in Avon. And I was able to attend that. And there were a couple of good friends from the town of Rush that attended, and certainly Supervisor Falk and his wife Debbie attended. And it was just a nice opportunity for us to thank Marge and to and wish her well. She was also the assembly member that served the town of Mendon and village of Honeoye Falls for a couple of years. And she was just very, very interactive, very supportive. And I just wanted to say best wishes to Marge. We wish her well in her next endeavor in life, and thank her for her support of Honeoye Falls, Mendon, Lima, Rush, and all the other communities that she supported in her districts over the years. And again, we wish her the best. So Marge, best to you, and thanks very much for me. So that's what I'll talk about from the village standpoint. From a county standpoint, we've had a lot going on. I've mentioned the last couple of weeks about the county budget. Again, it's a huge budget compared to what we do here in our towns and villages. It's a $1.5 billion budget. And it's a lot to go through. And we, as a legislature, the full legislature has been going through each and every line, and believe it or not, we do that. Um, we have some huge departments. Public safety is one of our caucuses, and all of our legislatures' key concerns. It's a big point of discussion each and every year. We want to make sure public safety is being supported, and we work hard to make sure we do that. Human services is also um, a general department, if you will, but it's one of the two biggest departments in all of Monroe County, and that talks about Monroe Community Hospital, Monroe Community College, all the departments that support public services in one way or the other. And then, of course, infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our sewer systems, water lines that the county is involved with, and parks and recreation. It's just a huge budget, but I think we're going to be ready to pass this budget this coming Tuesday, which would be the 10th of December. That will be our full legislative meeting where we'll review the budget one more time. And I believe we have a good budget. I believe we have a solid budget, and I'm looking forward to getting this budget passed. Monroe County is saying once again that overall tax rates are going down. Certainly, we know some assessments are going up, right? So that's that double-edged sword. But the tax rate is going to be flat or lowered slightly, so that's good for the taxpayer, and we're getting a lot done within the budget. So that's really what we've been focusing on at the county level. We are doing a lot of work with our towns and villages, though, from the county. We've talked before about some of the sidewalk projects. I know the town was supported or is being supported in an upcoming project that they're going to have. And the village of Honeoye Falls is going to be looking at maybe some other sidewalks and a crosswalk up by the Manor School that we're hoping the county will be able to help us with. That has been a kind of a safety issue that we've been concerned about and the school's been concerned about. That crosswalk of East Street going into the main driveway of Manor School. A lot of kids cross there. That crosswalk we feel is a little bit dangerous. So we're going to try to put some lighting down there as well. We're going to work with National Grid. We're going to work with the county. We're going to work with the school district. And I've got our elected officials at the state level. Hopefully Pam Helming and Jen Lunsford will be helping us through this as well. But we want to do everything we can to keep our kids safe walking to school. So we'll be talking more about that in the upcoming weeks and months, but I think that's a big thing that we have to do in the village as well. So that's what I've got for this week. We've got the holiday season upon us, a lot of things going on in all of our towns and villages. So just keep reading the Sentinel, look for those announcements, watch these presentations. We're going to try to get out as much information as we can. But with that, I hope everyone has had a great weekend and a safe week coming up. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, Rick. Now it's over to John. John, what's moving in Mendon?
Well, we're experiencing a little bit of colder weather, starting to see some snow, some salt being put on the road, and obviously the road's plowed. So we're into that season. Just a reminder to everybody to slow down and take your time. And we want everybody to be safe out there. We have received from the Veterans Crisis Line some firearms locks to distribute in the community. You do not have to be a veteran to receive it. All you need to do is stop by Town Hall, and there's no cost for those locks. And we certainly encourage all of our hunters and legal gun owners to secure, because during the holidays, sometimes you have guests in your home and you want to make sure that you're safe. Also, we have some new pharmaceutical envelopes that are available at Town Hall for medication that is expired or you no longer need, for you to mail them back to the organization that's collecting them, called Medication Education and Disposal. And once again, that is no cost. And I want to thank the town clerk, Michelle Booth, for initiating both of these items for our residents. The Honeoye Falls Fire Department has their annual Christmas parade coming up on December 14th. The town board will be at Town Hall distributing hot chocolate and cookies. Please stop by and say hello. Also, the restrooms, which, as you can imagine, with a parade the size of that one, are in need of a little bit of use, will be open and available to the public during that event. Another event that's taking place is the community band is performing at, let's see, they've got two, Saturday the 14th, 7:30 at the District Auditorium, which is at the Honeoye Falls-Lima Middle School, and Sunday the 15th at 2 o'clock at St. Catherine's in Mendon. Please stop by. A lot of very talented musicians, and I'm sure they're going to have a very nice program for that. Holidays in the Hamlet recently took place, where many businesses were open with special opportunities to purchase gifts and various services. Very well attended. And a question I get a lot of times is, what can the town do for our local businesses? And I'll be honest with you, you can do more than the town can. You can do it by shopping locally and, spending your hard-earned money at our local businesses. There is, a few years ago, there was a business that the roof was leaking and they had a tarp on the roof, and I had a resident stop and tell me that the town needed to do something about that. And I asked the person what, we should do. And she said, well, fix that roof. And I said, so you want us to take your tax money to fix a roof on private property? And the resident said, well, no, I don't want my money to go there. And I said, well, we can't legally do that. And all we can do is inspect the building for safety and encourage the owner to fix the roof, which eventually it was fixed. But, with COVID, we saw a lot of businesses close locally, and we had quite a few open storefronts, and we still have some open storefronts. But I just want to encourage everyone, operating a small business is no easy task in a small community when we have shopping plazas and malls close by and people are buying things on the internet. So we certainly encourage business in the town of Mendon, but we cannot subsidize a business with your tax dollars. And that's all I have.
All right. Thanks, John. Mike, anything else? Nope. Well, thank you both for being here. Thank you all for watching. Remember, this program airs every Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Like the page or subscribe to the channel, and those platforms will notify you when the show begins. Otherwise, you can read the transcript in next week's paper. That's all for now. See you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.